Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome in to Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for being here Monday, November 24th. Happy Victory Monday to all who observe. Happy Victory Monday, Duval. Hard-fought victory yesterday. I know fans were stressing that entire game. And rewatching the game this morning, I mean, what can you say? It was insane. Truly an insane football game. They turned the insanity meter up all the way on this one. Jags are 7-4. 7-4 football team after going out West Coast, as Liam Cohen likes to call it. Is Arizona really the West Coast? Close enough, I say, right? They've taken care of business out there. They've beaten the Cardinals. They've beaten the Raiders. They've beaten the 49ers on the West Coast. And that's just something you do not normally see Jaguars teams do. You also don't normally see the Jaguars at 7-4 after 11 games. Don't normally see that, right? They're winning football games. It ain't pretty. It ain't perfect. People are questioning the quarterback. People are questioning the coach. Offensive line pass protection rules in the first half were obliterated by the Cardinals' defensive scheme and play calling. Pass coverage, at times, not pretty. Have injuries back there, right? Drops in this game. But they are 7-4, and they control their own destiny. And I think that's where you begin this conversation. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out genjag.com, pick up some new Duval gear. Our Victory Monday sale is live. Code Duval with 3 U's, D-U-U-U-V-A-L, 27% off to celebrate the dub at genjag.com. So, yeah, Jags 7-4. They're in second place in the AFC South. The tie-breaking rules in the AFC in general are kind of weird. I thought that they would jump to 5 with a win, but they ended up jumping the Bills, not the Chargers, to get to 6. Either way, the Jaguars moved up in the standings this week in the AFC playoff picture. They are now the 6th seed at 7-4 behind the Chargers because of the 3-way tie. The Chargers end up at the top because of the conference record. The Chargers are 6-2 in the conference. They've played majority of their games so far in the AFC. The Jaguars are 4-2. The Bills are 4-3. That's how the tiebreaker was split up. Jaguars jumped to 6th. I know I was chatting with somebody on Twitter who was saying that, and I did not think that was correct. So shout out to them if they are watching. Apologize. Jags in 6th place. Still, great spot to be. 6th place in the conference, 2nd place in the division, behind the Colts at 8-3. The Colts are 1 game ahead of the Jaguars, and the Jaguars have them twice on their schedule coming up. They also have the Titans twice, the Jets, and the Broncos. Pretty favorable schedule to end things. Now, the Broncos, obviously, 9-2. Very difficult team to beat. They've won 8 straight games. But outside of that, the Colts aren't going to be an easy team to beat either. They're a very complete team overall. Chiefs took the Chiefs to overtime to earn that victory against the Colts in a game the Chiefs had to win. But bottom line is the Colts are only 1 game ahead of the Jaguars, and the Jaguars play them in Jacksonville in 2 weeks after playing the Titans next week. And the Colts haven't won in Jack since 2014. So, yeah, your Jaguars, despite the quarterback play, despite, a lot of people questioning Liam Cohen's coaching and decisions, despite the offensive line being horrible in the first half, despite pass coverage giving up some big plays, despite drops, despite all that, they're 7-4. And they control their own destiny. I think there is a lot to be said about the toughness mentally and physically of this football team. With all the injuries they're dealing with all the mistakes that were made in this game, to keep, as Parker Washington says, chop wood, carry water, to keep at it and keep that confidence. I thought it was huge. Now, I know everybody wants to hear about Trevor Lawrence. To me, right now, the way Trevor Lawrence is playing, there are 2 objective truths. regardless of where you stand on Trevor Lawrence. Two objective truths. He short circuits way too often. That's one, right? Too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. The first fumble, obviously you have the safety coming off the edge, basically unabated. Brenton Strange chipped him for a moment, but there was a quick pressure. Still, could Lawrence have gotten the ball out quicker once he got to the back of his drop or the top of his drop? Yeah, absolutely. There were multiple parties to blame on that play, including Trevor Lawrence. Could have hit Jacoby Myers earlier, right? Could have gotten the ball out just a tick faster. Then you have the interception in the end zone, thrown it to Jacoby Myers. At first, I thought it was just Jacoby Myers not, like, the angles were weird. At first, I thought it was Jacoby's fault. Then I thought it was Trevor's fault. Then you realize, well, Calais Campbell got one of those big mitts on it. Of course, Calais, the mayor, trying to slow down the Jags in this one, unfortunately. And how weird was it seeing Calais and Josh at the coin toss? That was kind of like an iconic moment in my mind. But ultimately, I think both of those turnovers, you could sit here and say independently, well, was it entirely Trevor Lawrence's fault? No. But when you have 4 turnovers in a game, you can't look at each one individually. You have to look at the total picture and say that was not good enough. Quarterbacks should not be turning the ball over 4 times in a game. And then these second 2, the interceptions by Akeem Davis-Gaither and Budda Baker, they were both great plays. You got to give those guys credit. Your opponent gets paid to make plays too. But they were also big mistakes by Trevor Lawrence. And again, could you excuse the Budda Baker interception by itself? Probably. It was a great play by Budda. But because you have 4 turnovers in a game, like even if there was only 2, you could probably sit here and be like, okay, well, you know what? That's fine. But 4 turnovers is too much in a game. And Trevor Lawrence is having mental mistakes, physical mistakes, whatever you want to call them, short-circuiting, way too often right now. He absolutely is. And it is putting the team in disadvantageous situations. That is an objective truth right now. The second objective truth about the way he's playing right now, he's clutch. I mean, that is undeniable. He has been so clutch this year. Every game that has been tight, he has given them an opportunity at the end to win with his play, the way he plays at the end. Are some of these games tight in large part due to Trevor Lawrence turnovers? Sure. But he's clutch, and the team is clutch. There's been moments where the team hasn't been clutch, but I feel like he has been clutch in every single one of these close games. I really do. Maybe save like one, but other than that, the guy puts you in position to take a lead at the end of the game in all these close games. Every single one. Outside of like Seattle, which I know 20-12, it was a close game, but it really didn't feel all that close. Still, Trevor Lawrence is short-circuiting way too often, but in the clutch moments, he is playing winning football. Even against the Bengals, which they lost, he led them down the field, and basically Brian Thomas Jr. dropped the bag, dropped the game. Texans, he was making winning plays on that drive. Penalty on Chuma Edoga, right? So yeah, I think it's totally fair if you're out on Trevor Lawrence. I think it's totally fair if you're going to ride with Trevor Lawrence. I think everyone knows where I stand. I believe in Trevor Lawrence, and the fact that he is a clutch quarterback, the fact that he does so many great things throughout a game, he messes up. He's got to play better. And I respect anyone who is sick of it. But for me, what's the alternative right now is one part of it. And the other part of it is just like most games in the NFL are going to be close. And I believe Trevor Lawrence is going to give you a great opportunity to win those games at the end. He's got to clean up the turnovers. Like you can't play like that every week. You just can't. So I'm with Trevor while acknowledging that this game was unacceptable in a lot of ways. But you also can't deny that he's clutch. Like two things can be true. He is clutch and he is turning the football over way, way too often. All right. So football season is in full swing, obviously. I mean, we're over halfway through now, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite player will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Next stop, Monday Night Football. You can now make team picks on Underdog too, which is really exciting. But Underdog, for me, it really is the best user experience. I love logging onto the app, seeing what's available, having some fun, giving you a little extra reason to watch and engage with some games that maybe you wouldn't. So download the app today and sign up with promo code Duval Daily to score $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code Duval Daily. Underdog. Make picks, win money, must be 18 plus, 19 plus, Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Shout out Underdog Fantasy. So, continuing on beyond the Trevor Lawrence conversation. I think defensively, the pass rush is back. They're doing a great job the last couple weeks. And the pass rush and the pass coverage are married. They're critical. They have to be working in conjunction. They have been doing that more the last couple weeks, which is absolutely huge for the Jaguars. I think that you're going to see that moving forward into the Titans game, and you're going to be on a little bit of a roll there. The Titans aren't going to lay over or roll over and play dead, but the Jags pass rush is really doing a great job as of late. Last couple weeks, Josh Hines-Allen, Danny Strigo, who got nicked up in this game, but he was making plays still. The young guy, absolutely incredible story there with the undrafted free agent. No Trayvon Walker, but you still have Eric Armstead out there making big plays, rushing the passer. You have blitzes that are getting home and making an impact. I mean, Jacoby Brissett was under duress a lot in this game, so that's really good. And the pass coverage ain't perfect. We know that, but it's improved to a point where the pass rush can be effective. I think offensively, you've got to keep feeding Jacoby Myers. I mean, Trevor Lawrence told the broadcast crew that he's already becoming like a quarterback's best friend, which is really cool to see. And you see why. He's just always making the right play at the right time. Brenton Strange, not out there the whole game. The Jaguars were kind of making decisions to try to make sure that they're not overdoing it with him and his return, but he was playing really well. Parker Washington, even with what felt like a short circuit, about to be a safety, based on the rules, it ends up not being a safety. The Jaguars get the ball at the 1. But Parker Washington, unbelievable day returning and playing and making some huge plays for the offense. Those three guys, to me, are the ones that you can rely on moving forward for sure in the passing game. I think Tim Patrick is too. Obviously, Brian Thomas Jr. will be back at some point. But Tim Patrick had some bad moments in this game. We talked about drops. ETN had a drop. Munt had a drop. Patrick had a drop. I will not say it was perfect ball placement for Patrick or Munt, right? But, ETN's drop was horrible. Munt, you can't throw it inside because that's where the leverage is, so he's trying to throw it outside a little bit. It needs to be caught, not a perfect pass. Patrick should have caught that ball as well. And then the play at the end of the game, Patrick, a clear out where, even if you're the clear out guy, you need to be ready for the football in a given situation, and he was not, and so that's a learning situation, learning moment, as Liam Cohen put it. So overall, good job by the players you expect to perform in the passing game for sure. I thought that Travis Etienne, such a weird dialogue about the Travis Etienne and Bashal Tutin situation last week, just because it's all because of fantasy people. It's all fantasy. That's all it is. People are like, oh, well, Travis Etienne was wearing a non-contact penny. They're not going to use him this week. Blah, 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 blah. The whole thing was insane. And then you have Adam Schefter tweeting out the Jaguars' final game status report, and Bashal Tutin doesn't have a game status injury-wise. And guess what? Neither does Travis Etienne. So all this to say, the Travis Etienne haters have been really annoying all year. And he's been having a great year, had a really good game in this one, made a lot of big plays, and that's a lot of fun to see. Final point here for me is on penalties. 7 penalties for 60 yards. I mean, you can live with that, especially because it's not really a lot of times the ones where it's like the controllables in this game. And last week was pretty good too on the penalty front, right? So the controllable ones are the ones that really annoy you. But if Devin Lloyd gets called for a roughing the passer where there's literally nothing he can do other than just not hit the quarterback, you live with that. And that was a quarter of the penalty yards in this game was just on that one play. So you can live with that, in my opinion. I don't know what the pass rusher is supposed to do in that situation, but that's what it is, unfortunately. But I think that the penalty situation for 2 straight weeks has improved and has been improved. 7 sounds like a lot still. It's probably pretty close to average, but it's a lot better than when you were getting 10, 11, 12, 13 penalties in a game. Absolutely. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.